want to see your pores. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see how it lays on the skin.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I cover up my acne because surprise, I do struggle with acne. It's something I've been struggling with for maybe about 8 months to a year now. So if you also struggle with acne, just know you're not alone. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Even though sometimes I know it could feel like the end of the world. There's so many different things that contribute to acne. It could be genetics, it could be hormonal, something that you're consuming, or just something that you're putting on your face. But again, I'm not an esthetician, so I don't really know what's causing your acne, but what I can tell you is that I'm going to show you affordable products found within the drugstore that could help cover up your acne. So we're gonna get into it. I really wanted to hone in on products that were non-comedogenic, oil-free, and fragrance-free because those are going to be extremely beneficial to those of us who do struggle with acne. Now, if you don't struggle with acne, you could still watch today's video. I am gonna show you guys how to get a flawless base without looking cakey whatsoever. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, like the video, click that bell, just so that way YouTube will notify you whenever I upload, which is every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that, I'm really eager to get into today's video, so let's zoom in so you can see all my pimples, get super up close and personal, so that way we can get started with the look. So let's go. Now that I have you guys zoomed in, I feel like you can really get a feel for what my skin looks like. I mainly break out here on my chin area, but more recently, I've been breaking out like right here alongside my cheeks. I feel like it's as a result of having to wear a mask all the time. I don't know what it is because I do wash my mask pretty frequently. I think it's just the friction of the mask like being on my face and how hot it is, and I don't know. Who knows at this point? We are going to start off with primer. I did moisturize though. I went in with this by Milk Makeup. This is their moisturizer. It is so good. I know it's not from the drugstore, but if there's one thing I'm willing to splurge on, it's my skincare products. Let's move on to primer. I will be using this right here by Hard Candy. This is the hydrating primer. This is a spot-on dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Look at the color, literally the exact same thing. I do find this one to be a little bit more hydrating though, and I like the way it feels on my skin a lot better. It doesn't feel overly sticky. I feel like it's hydrating my skin and really moisturizing it more than it feels like glue, because I would always compare the Milk Hydro Grip Primer to like glue for your skin, but this one feels tacky to touch but not overly tacky. I love that whatever I put on top of this really just sticks to it and adheres to my skin for a long period of time. So this is going to be the perfect primer for longevity. If you guys have been following my channel for a while now, then you probably remember when I used to go in with a color corrector and really just go and color correct all of these little blemishes here. It's not something I really do anymore, simply because if I go in with a foundation that has excellent coverage to start, it's just kind of like a wasted step. So I'm going to jump into foundation. I'm going to use this right here by ACNE. This is the Skin Perfecting Comfort Matte Foundation. It is a hypoallergenic, dermatologist tested, fragrance-free, oil-free, and cruelty-free foundation. I really love this foundation. The shade I'm going to use, actually, where's the shade name? Oh, 170 Neutral Sun Beige. Again, I did use this in several videos in the past, and I really love the way it looks on my skin. The only thing is that it kind of reminds me of old school Revlon Color Stay, where it doesn't have a pump or anything. That's kind of like a flaw within, just because I do really like foundations with a pump. But I'm just going to apply this with my fingers. Again, my fingers are clean. If you are working with products on your face, you really want to make sure your fingers are clean to start. To blend out the foundation, I'm just going to use a big old buffing brush. And this one's by Fenty, but you can use a sponge, you can use whatever you want. My sponge is actually dirty now, so this is what it looks like after just like one layer. It definitely covered up a substantial amount of my scarring. At the end of the day, no matter what you put on your skin, it's not going to cover up texture or bumps, because you can definitely see I have some raised bumps. They're not flat, but just having an even skin tone makes me feel that much better. So that's why I go in with like a full coverage foundation whenever I am struggling with acne like this. So this right here is about 1 layer of the foundation. You can definitely go in with an additional layer if you need it, but I'm not, just because I feel like my complexion looks very, very nice. It looks even. And at the end of the day, I want to cover up my acne, but I never want it to feel like I'm wearing a mask. So I'm now going to move over to concealer. I will be using this concealer right here by Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I have 2 different shades. I have 15 and I also have 20. So I'm just going to mix the two, and I'm going to use this to highlight underneath my eyes. And I love this concealer. I switched to using it maybe about a month or so ago, and I was using this to spot conceal, and I feel like spot concealing with this really just helped my skin so much. My skin was able to breathe, and it just looks so good. If you guys want to see my spot concealing video, I will have it listed up in the cards, just in case you don't want something as full coverage as this. So I am gonna let this set for maybe about 45 seconds, just so that way the concealer dries down a little bit. That's my little tip and trick to get this to be a little bit more full coverage, because I don't find the Maybelline Fit Me concealer to be like full on coverage. I definitely feel like it gives me a very, very natural finish, which I like, but sometimes I just want a little bit more coverage, so I do like for it to set a little bit. Look how pretty that blends out underneath the eyes. I am just using an e.l.f. Camo concealer sponge because my other one's dirty. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and set my under eye area with a little bit of loose translucent powder. This one here is from the Creme Shop, and while this does have talc in it, I'm not really going to focus too much of it like on all of the other areas of my face other than just like underneath my eyes this set. So it should be fine and it should not break you out. I've been using this for months now, and I haven't had any breakouts as a result of using it. So now I'm going to go in with face powder. I did already finish off my lower lash line. I just finished off with the Nude Mood Palette by ColourPop. Y'all know that's my favorite. I'm going to go in with this number 7 powder here. This is a spot on dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Finish Powder. FYI, you guys definitely need to get on it. This is the number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Finishing Powder in the shade Light Medium. I don't know where all of my other powder brushes are, so I'm just going to use this one right here by Morphe, but it's no big deal. It's a big fluffy brush. Just gonna get it on and use it to set the rest of my face down and in place. This powder is so incredibly beautiful. It's also a clean product within Target, and I also want to say Walgreens as well. So it's made with clean ingredients, which I love. So I'm definitely at a point where I need to bronze up the skin. I will be using one of my favorite bronzers. This is by Milani. This is the Silky Matte Bronzer in the shade Suntan. I'm just gonna take this around the perimeter of my face. I love this so much. I did read a comment from one of you that said you hate this bronzer, you feel like it's muddy. I don't find it to be muddy whatsoever. I feel like you have to go in with a very light hand and really just blend, like, you know, so I don't know. It's definitely one of my favorites. Then for blush, I'm going to use this right here by Almay. This is the Healthy Hue blush in the shade Nearly Nude. It is so pretty. I do really like to focus the blush up in this area here, but you guys can really just do whatever you want. It's just my preference. Let's move on to highlighter. I will be using a duo highlighter by Milani. This one is in the shade Power Up. What I really love about this is that there's a cream and also a powder in one. So I'm going to take the cream and I'm just going to focus it right up here. And I only really go in with highlight up in this area just because I don't like to drag it too far around here, because when you have acne and you have texture, sometimes it's not the best to go in with highlighter because it does really just accentuate that texture. I like to go in with the cream first and then I just top it with the powder. And then I'll also take just a little bit, whatever's left on the brush, on the tip of my nose. But you can definitely skip it if you don't love it. And since I don't have an inner corner highlight, y'all already know what's up. I'm going to take a little bit of this highlighter and I'm just going to pop it right here. I did go for a very neutral eye today. I did use a Nude Mood Palette by ColourPop. That one is one of my favorites because it literally looks so good. You can create such a beautiful eye look with it. So the last and final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my lip product. I'm going to use the ColourPop BFF lip liner and I'm just going to line my lips with this. And then for my lip color, I'm gonna go in with this by LA Girl. I wanna say this is their Lip Attraction lipstick in the shade Nude. Look how beautiful this lipstick is. I've been dying to play with it. Then I'm gonna top it with a little bit of the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Topaz. So I went ahead and zoomed you out. My main goal with this video was to film it super up close and personal because it's so easy to say that this is a full coverage look that looks extremely beautiful, but what does it look like close up? Like, I wanna see your pores, I wanna see what it looks like, I wanna see how it lays on the skin. So I hope you guys got an accurate representation for how these products perform. If you guys wanna check out any of the products I used within today's video, I will have them all listed down below in the description. So make sure you guys check that out. If you guys do replicate this routine, or if you have any other products that you guys think will work extremely well for acne prone skin, drop them in the comments, share them with the rest of us. Literally share your knowledge, share the love, because I know I'll love that. And I know my viewers will love that. With that, I don't have much else to say except I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, and turn on your notifications before you leave. And until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Deuces.